Welcome everyone, why are this? And welcome for today's tournament. And this is certainly too large. And let me just quickly do this. There we go, should be large enough. And today we're going to be commentating tournaments again. And it's gonna be interesting, I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah. 5 minutes delay, as you know, as usual. This is how we do. And there's nothing really else to it. We're finally with good quality. I even upped the bitrate to 8000 to make the stream just a little bit nicer, if you notice it. I hope that I'm not gonna have too many issues when it comes to bitrate. But I'll have to wait and see for that. But yeah, currently it's looking fine. We're on 60 FPS. 1080p, should be pretty good quality from what tournament commentary we're used to, at least when it comes to the graphics. If I've improved in commentary, we'll see. And we are commentating on the Path of Skill, one of the couple tournaments that are gonna be following in the autumn season, which basically replaced Twister, as that is, due to the current situation in the world, not possible. And there's only one group. We're only following EU as well. And so let's head straight into it. Let me actually just add this really quickly. Oh, sorry. I'm not supposed to see that. And I want this for me, if possible, which is right here. Let me see. I don't know. Alright, this is not working. Then let's just remove it and do it like this, the old way. And it's the Blizzard system, and this is the group that we're following. We have 5 streamers. Wild Ones helping. We have Aminet, who has the coin stream today. So if you want the coins, check out her stream on the Wargaming Blitz portal. We have Rip, who's following Raid, obviously. But seeing this game first, Fujit is streaming as well, and myself. So 5 on EU. All of these 4 games are covered. I'm the only one covering this. This is Fujit and Rip. This is Wild Ones Helper, and this is wait, no, this is Wild Ones Helper, and this is Amina. And then each of us got assigned to a team. We're following Endgame. Rip is following Raid, Legion by Amunet, Loka by Fujit, and Lost Control by Wild Ones Helper. And yeah, that's basically all that is to it in terms of the tournament perspective. But first we're following Phoenix versus Reti. It's a best of 3 all the time. It's tier 10 as well, which a lot of you will like, as a lot of people were displeased with the fact that it was tier 8 in the tournament, so spicing it up here with tier 10. And yeah, we are starting on main runes. I am also hoping you're gonna enjoy this stream personally. And yeah, feedback is always appreciated. And let's just have a good time. There's the best way to put it. And yeah, we'll also, in between games, I will show replays that are sent to me on my Discord server. So if you want, you can join that and send it in the replay channel, tour replays, and we'll show them in between matches. But that's the only replays I will show. So if you send them into replays, not gonna be shown. But let's focus on the match now. We have Phoenix versus Reti. We have Supremacy, obviously main runes here, the first map, and I'm not sure what the tiebreaker is. But if we get to it, we'll have a look at it. And we have our lineups already. Both teams here already done. We do know some of these players. Reti here, first season really, they're playing actively at least, from what I know. And yeah, let's enjoy and have a look at the lineups. And we have Phoenix playing with a 4005. Rare pick when it comes to tournaments. We have a double IS4, T22, 62A and double E5 combination here. Playing against Reiti in one IS4, double mouse, a 268 Sheridan, a VKK, which is also a rare pick, and a 113 here from Cole. And let's have a good time here. Hit points is far in the lead for Reiti, as they do not take any mediums in comparison to Phoenix, who choose to take 2 of those here, which are already sent to C. And Phoenix seemingly wants to play with B control as well, having the E5s here, and Harana making his way into B, but gets hold back here by Iki in his IS4 as well, putting a good first shot in. C is now been capped, and Reiti here not taking any unusual spots. VKK here, bit of an unusual pick, and often also played with an E100 here, just to cover B and the person playing here. But takes already the first couple of shots here. And we have a climb here from Reiti. I did not expect them to do this, or to even have a climb in this tournament in general. They're pushing up a 268 here with a mouse and a 113. No pen, no life here. Takes a shot from the IS4. And Reiti here, they need to push him up. If they can't make this work, then this is all for nothing. And he is so close. He's about to go up. And will they do it? And it seems he's just a little bit away. He needs some more turning. And then he is up. Let's keep an eye on the minimap if that happens. But Reiti here still keeping that hit point lead. Really helpful here for doing something like this. But it seems that they have given up on it. Reiti here not able to go up. And they need to think of something else now. Cold has been spotted here, making his way to A. Oh, and Masikota there takes a lot of damage in the 62 A. He needs to be a bit more careful here. Now Sahana here. Took a second shot since arriving on this hold down performance. And Iki there puts more damage into him. Cold here now capping. Reaction had that spotted. And we still have Dominic there in his 4005. Waiting for his first opponent to show up in front of his clipper. But this IS4 here really is pinned down. No pen, no life on one angle, and Iki here on the other. They could really make this work. The Sheridan here shooting over the walls, or at least trying to. And Hana there just barely avoiding it, but he takes another shot here. And this is not looking good for Phoenix. They're being too passive here. And are getting hold back so much. Dominic here now spotted in his 4005 as well. Only put in 2 shots. And took one in return as well. We finally see movement from the mediums here. But it might already be too late if Reiti here decides to start counter pushing. But the E5s here are aggressive. And Pamdel is there. Puts the shot into Patrick. But the push here is on Iki. And the mediums are coming in from the side as well now. And Reiti, they need to react quick here. Another rocket here missed from the Sheridan. Not able to connect that one through. And the VKK here does the right decision. He drops down to help on the E5s. Whilst avoiding the mediums as much as he can. But the IS4 is down. VKK unable to pick up the E5. 2 tanks out for Reiti. And Phoenix here with a wonderful comeback. And an amazing push here. Taking back this game. Still a really good hit point lead here. Very good in points as well with that early C camp. But the mediums falling here. Patrick is out as well. And it's now a 4-on-4. The hit points are somewhat even again. And Cole here barely holding on. Is gonna fall to Dudson here though. Will be able to pick up the kill shot. And Brady here is on his way on the side. And the Sheridan now in C. Stopping that cap from continuing. And Dominic here coming in clutch with his 4005. And still a full HP IS-4. Sheridan there trying a long range rocket without any field of view. Did not connect. No pen, no life here. He needs to help out that 268, and they are gonna take A. This is a very smart play by the 4005 here. Might be the crucial player, but let's see what the Sheridan is doing. And he's currently on his way to flank around. But the action here now has already started. The mouse and the 268 went in without the Sheridan. This is a very risky move and is gonna cost them the game here. What a chance to at least have a chance at winning. Sheridan here not able to pick up the E5 and the game is over. And Phoenix here shutting down Ritty very hard there with a very solid comeback. And GG to them, and also Hana here holding on and surviving at the end as well. With his IS-4, he had been pincered, but he was able to stick through it and able to avoid any more danger. And Phoenix here now in a 1-0 lead. And we got a 16k gold chest. Alright. Not a time to get that. Phoenix here already readied up with their next lineup. But what I have to say is the aggression that they showed with a really well-timed push, sending the mediums around, which they should have done maybe a little bit earlier, sending in the E5s as well onto that IS-4, helping with their IS-4 from the back as well, and holding the other flank from the 113 and that IS-4, I believe, with just 2 tanks was really well done as well. Phoenix here now taking the lead. We have an IS-4 triple on the side of Phoenix with a Snickers here, or Vickers Light, which I prefer. Dodson here in an E100 and Dominic playing a mouse. So going from one of the lightest tanks when it comes to armament tier 10 to the heaviest in total. And we do see a Vickers and an IS-7 here from Patrick that might just be there to get B quickly, because the IS-7 is one of the quickest tanks when it comes to speed, but does not traverse well. So in similar fashion of the 113. And Reti here with a very interesting lineup. Triple E5, triple 50B and a T22. Going with mediocre armor here and a lot of burst damage. As well as DPM on the side of Reti here. And this could be very interesting. They need to be aggressive with this lineup. If they give Phoenix the opportunity to dig in, this will be really hard. Especially since they are down on hit points from the start. 1500 is nothing to laugh at. As we take some air here and Reti now in the north spawn, and we see Patrick here already with the speed boost as expected. The I-7 here for a quick maneuver. And we see 6 speed boosts here on the side of Reti. Cold here with a little bit of a head start thanks to the spawning location. Is not gonna catch anything here. C is being taken by the T22, and Patrick, as we expected, is making his way towards B. And will pretty much get it uncontested here. Donkey is already spotted in as well, is Icky. And Reti here making their way forward. Patrick here actually not capping B. Deciding to go against it, looking for those 50 Bs. And a non-damaging trade here with the E5, and everyone on the side of Phoenix except for the Vickers is spotted. But someone capped A so they know where he is. And Patrick here overextending, takes 2 shots. And Icky here bounces 2 in return. So a positive trade for them. Baksani there puts a shot in. Oh, and the 50Bs here going down on Dominic. He needs to angle his armor up. Those 50Bs could really shred him here if he doesn't get around quick enough. And he loses half his hit points there. And he peeks again. Really risky play there from the mouse. And Patrick here very aggressive in his IS-7. And so far this trade has not paid off for Phoenix. They dropped a lot of head points. especially on Dominic here, even out of an ammo right now. For the next foreseeable future. And Reti here. Holding really well. So far. Are still behind in hit points, but have done in total more damage. And the damage spread being better. And look at Iki here. Dead gunner. And a damaged turret, meaning your turret traverse is the slowest it can be. And a damaged driver, I think it was. But he repaired it, so it is of no concern now. And Patrick here gets shot 3 times by Pamdelis in his 50B. Really good clip there for him. 50B so far working out for 80. Let's see what the T-22 over here is doing. So far just holding the flank. And he will be the one to hold off Phoenix. He has to be really careful here. They are rotating. And Xani is gonna find him. See if he can react quick enough. Oh. Actually making preparations here to turn around. And is finding that Snickers without any damage taken. And a really good comeback here so far. Phoenix stabilizing a little bit after the massive HP loss at the start. Dominic back with an ammo rack. Oh, and now Reti here deciding to make the move. And Dodson there takes quite a bit of damage, and the focus or call was on Masikota. And Cold here overextending by quite a bit. Gets punished for it hard. Sunny there bouncing a shot, but now Cold is on a reload. And oh, Pen No Life needs to peek over, and this IS-4 is still in very good shape here. No Pen No Life back on a reload. Donkey here takes a lot of focus fire. But now the E5's pushing it from the other side here. Patrick now being the one focused and is getting shut down. Rezi here currently in a hit point lead, and also Dominic falls as well. It's now a 5-on-6 here. There goes the IS-4. And this looks to be a Reti's game here. Really good comeback. Shutting down Phoenix. In a pretty quick succession here. No Pen No Life. He needs to run. He's out of shells in his clipper. But Pamdelis here is already about to be reloaded. And Dodson here getting shut down. And this game is over. And what a marvelous play here from Reti. Really well played here. Look at that 50B. 5,000 damage. That's what you take these clippers for. All 3 here top damage. Working out beautifully as intended. And we get to tiebreaker here, and it's Port Bay. With Phoenix here in South Spawn. Reti North Spawn. Definitely have to be considerate of that. When it comes to what tanks to pick. And Phoenix here is already decided on what they will play on this. As we see another IS-7 pick here, this time Dodson, one playing it. With Xani in an STB, Patrick here in a 268, so also a tank destroyer that is not uncommon. But in general, a quite right mix. We actually have a second STB here from Masikota. We have only one E5 and double IS-4. So a wild mix here for Phoenix. A bit of armor, a bit of firepower and DPM. And one that just packs a punch. A lot of variety, a lot of different ways they can play this map. But it seems that they will be favoring the corner with those STBs. As Reti here is changing up their lineup. Looking to go with a mouse E100 combination and an E3 here at the disposal. Adding in a Sheridan, 2 IS-4s and an E5, leaving them no DPM tanks whatsoever. With high alpha damage and some armor in here. This is the final loadout, and let's see what both teams are able to do with it. And how they will react to each other's lineups. as we move on to Port Bay here. It's Tiebreaker. And let's see what they can do. Hit point lead here for AT from the start. And it seems the play and the call has been made for the corner here. We saw the ping on the minimap from Patrick. The SCB is here already making their way forward here and following Xani here. Will be first in the corner, but this is not where Reti is going to be playing, which would just benefit Phoenix if they were to go here. So we have presence on this side with Cold here, who is somewhat spotting passively. And a very passive start for AT here. Very defensive line on the minimap, as you can see. And Phoenix here going in quick reaction here on his way to C. Should be able to cap that uncontested. And very far back, even with their heavily armored vehicles here. No pen, no life, Donkey and the E3 very far back. And even the Sheridan here, as they do not want to risk losing their only mobility. But E100 here takes a shot from Dudson. Really nice connect there. And A here now getting cap. And a good shot here from Xani into Cold. Penning him right in the turret side here with heat. And Darkers here has been spotted. And oh, look at that. Patrick took a huge amount of damage there. Sheridan, E3 and E100 hitting him there for nearly all of his hit points. What a huge misplay here from him. And the Sheridan there trying to finish him off. But Brady here manages to get the kill and an instant tank loss here for Phoenix. Shuts them down really hard. They now need to find a way to make up for that loss. They are now behind in cap as well, even though they capped first. Losing a tank is detrimental. And a really, really good play here from Reti, picking that up, the Sheridan here. In a very passive position. Only there to hold on A. And so is No Pen No Life, who took some damage here already. Through the side, it seems. And of course the E3 back here. Pretty much holding all of the angles here to support his team the best he can. And Dudson trying some blind shots. Very passive play here from Reti. Reaction here being now aggressive. But unable to pen E5. As we see some more shots bouncing here. Hit point lead now for Reti. And those SDBs so far have not paid off in the slightest. They put in one shot, but that's all they did so far. And the side being secured doesn't really help them much. And it seems that Phoenix now finally deciding to reposition here and regroup. Dragging back the E5 here from Dominic, and Dudson here making his way around. It seems that they are preparing one final push. But it's not gonna be an easy one, being one tank down. A lot of hit points down, and driving into a team that has fortified themselves pretty much perfectly in the defense. Having the E5 here, the IS4 here, a mouse behind, an E3 behind the mouse, behind the IS4. With one more IS4, an E100 and a Sheridan to help as well. Who are all looking in this direction. Is not a place you want to be in right now. But one that Phoenix has to maneuver themselves out of if they want to pick up this victory. And Brady here takes another shot. The second one he took this game. The SCB here unspotted. And Dudson has arrived. The points have reached 800 here for Reti. And the SCBs are making their move. And they are not gonna stay unspotted. Xani here has been seen. And they probably know that the second SCB here is on his way as well. And he is now spotted. They do find the E3. And the mouse is spotted. And Hana, he is now being aggressive through the middle. And here comes the force of Phoenix. They need to push in now. Or never. The SDB is now being targeted. Reaction here moving in as well. And Dark is here, being the first to get focused. And Masikota there, he takes a lot of damage. Brady picks up the kill. And once again, this triple punch here, shutting down nearly an entire tank again. And Brady again picking up the kill. The Sheridan here misses the shot. And the E3 has to pay for this with his life. One more kill can decide this. This is really crucial as of right now. And Cold shuts down Hana and wins the game here. And a very passive play by Reiti with a really good triple combination here, taking out 2 tanks nearly by themselves and having Predi pick them up here. Patrick and Xani, or was it was me, Masikota there, getting shut down really hard. Not really working out for them in the end. The links to the other streams are on my Discord server, which you can join in the description down below. Well played here from Phoenix. And we have our first team that moves forward. But it's not them. It's their enemies who, in the end, play even better than themselves. So, congratulations to them for going further. And let's open up the Blitz assistant again to see which teams have made it. And Vale has beaten Win here. And now moving forward to face Mercy. Lost Control is gonna face off against Kraken, which is gonna be streamed by Wild Ones Helper. Loka is gonna face Corpi, which is streamed by Fujit, for all I'm concerned. We have Legion versus Innovation, which is streamed by Aminat, sorry, Coinstream. APA versus Reiti is not been covered. Immo versus Raid is seen by Rip. Souls and Elm is again uncovered, and we will be watching Endgame versus ASP, which will be the next matchup here. Which is why there is that Endgame logo on the screen right now. And here you have the coin stream. I'm not following Legion. And chart. Just see when the game actually is gonna start. They also played yesterday, by the way, in the group stage, which is not gonna be covered in any streams for all I know. We only are gonna stream the final matches. And Endgame here is gonna play at 32, that is in about 9 minutes. So we will have time for another replay here, and I actually forgot to turn that off. Very unprofessional, I am sorry. But let's open up a replay here, and the first one that we are gonna witness is Duca in a very well played match on Middleburg, also an in-game known as Potassium. Really wanted this game to be covered, so let's do justice for him and watch the game unfold. (60-8) here on this map, really good when played correctly, and of course when played hold down. Enemy team, they're having 2 WZ-120s, really got a black card with that, as the tank is not known for having a lot of gun depression. And there is the center beat. First good shot is put in there. And a really strong position here, really forward as well. Unusually aggressive. But nothing you see too rarely. Enemy team rather passive up top. Probably due to their aggressiveness in the city. But even Duka's team deciding to stay down with their heavy tanks and one tank destroyer. As they make their way more aggressively here, adrenaline is now popped as well. Both of these W's at stock. Currently in the grind. Duka here rightfully falling back, doesn't want to be too overly aggressive. But their conqueror already falling. Also, little mention should be made. I want to apologize for the little bit of stuttering, I would say, in the streams, in the commentary of the tournaments. I haven't commentated tournaments since the summer season, so gotta freshen up my mind a bit again on how to do it. So please bear with me through these first couple games as we are diving into and enjoy ourselves. Whilst we do that, Duka here already on 2.2k damage. One tank down here. This goes 2 to 3. Only has taken one shot of damage. Currently preserving his hit points well. Unfortunate shot here on that Yag. But hitting most of the other shots. And has noticed that IS-8 coming around. I'll have to be careful here. The IS-8 has a really good gun with a lot of DPM. Even if it's not as much as the 60k, it can still put you in a lot of trouble if you underestimate it. But he seems to be firing HE, so that is very fortunate here in the case of Duka. And he has made a little bit of a mistake there, taking the repair kit and not the multi-purpose, having to waste both of them now. It's a mistake that was probably unintentional, but can happen to anyone. And as he picks up that IS-8, it's now just him and an E100 left, and he could use HE here, meaning that Stanabe would have been a 2-shot. Oh, that E100. I think he has disconnected here. At least that is what seems to be the case, as the Sturt is stuck in position whilst driving uncontrolled. And that seems to be a disconnect on the side of that E100. Very unfortunate here to have that be happening in this moment. And Duka, he has to move forward now. He has seen that tank behind him. He bounced it one and took a pretty much a minimum roll there from the 57. Has to side hug this guy now to make the most out of it. Avoid taking any more damage. The 100 seems to be back in action somewhere. Nice dodge there of that VK. The 100 probably in connection issues here. And is still looking like a game that can be won. Already on 4 kills here. 57 is a 2-shot. Can be one-shotted with a max roll, though highly unlikely. Though he has one ready. Fortunately though, that is not given to him, as he bounces a shot. And if I were him, I would have just snapped that, because you could have avoided taking that one shot of damage, which means you would have been left on a not one shot situation against the Jägeru. So this is now a game that he has to play very carefully. As both of them are one-shots, he's already having a really blast of a game. 5 kills, 7.4k damage. From what I heard, the highest damage he has yet to have done. And he's playing this carefully, of course wants to win this match. Still 1 minute 30 on the clock. It's now too late to cap unless both of them enter the cap simultaneously. They won't lose, no, this would be a draw. And there is the 100 at a Jaeger on 800 hit points here. So Duka in need of taking 3 shots into him when it comes to APCR. With heat it might even be a 4th. Depending on his rolls. Some unfortunate driving here. 100 goes down and he now needs to make his move. Yak is on a reload. I would have gone for a track shot here first. Or at least he needs to do it now. Track him, Duka. No, this is bad. Oh, if you went for a track shot. You just went for a track shot there, Duka. This would have been your victory. Yes, Vlad, your clan is to be streamed next. And Duka here with an unfortunate loss at the end to the Jaeger. E100 here of not much use. But well played to him. And let's hop into the room before it's too late. Really well timed as well, of course. And now we have Endgame versus ASP. We start on Black Goldville here. And we have, in terms of the lineups, an IS4, one T22, Winchin and STB. We have double E5, double 113 versus an E3 268, triple IS4 and STB as well, and an E5. So both teams here going for some STB action here. They want that medium. And interestingly enough, ASP here going for double tank destroyer. Giving Endgame here a little bit more flexibility when it comes to being aggressive. And taking map control, though holding that will be harder for them. Or attacking any unclaimed areas against ASP. And we have Winch here making his way up. And so is Power Drish. Both just passively gonna be spotting on A, no one aggressively taking it. The E5 there already spotted, none of Endgame are there. And look at that many spots that Endgame is getting here, pretty much for free. And a good shot there into Desolation, putting him down by quite a bit of hit points, but Romka here takes a shot as well, and Joshua now on the receiving end. And ASP here is being very aggressive. Joshua really good in bouncing those shots from the IS4's general here. Needs to help out with his DPM now. And the IS4 here already very low, and Romka has to be careful. He's down to 3-shot territory. And general here, he needs to shoot on fail where he's the lower hit point one. Kind of wasting his shells here, and Romka now getting pummeled from the side. And this is a mess of a fight. Romka here very low. He needs to try to put a shout out. And Penji here able to help him out for the moment. Joshua is out though. Ice Demir is down to a 1-shot. Romka drops next. We are in a 5-on-6 here. Never mind, make that a 4-on-4. It's going all over the place, but Endgame here with a hit point advantage. And better focus fire. Winch comes in here with a DPM advantage of 2 mediums. ASP here not standing a lot of chance and being down a tank as well. Having 2 tank destroyers left makes it even more awkward. Winch here takes quite a bit of damage, but it does not matter, as they are going to take care of the first game here. General there is gonna pick up that kill on the 268. E5 here will get picked up by General, most likely as well. The E3 here getting doubled on, even tripled to an extent. And he goes down to the T22 and endgame here. Shutting down that push from ASP very quickly. Well played here from endgame. Damage spread here way better. Keeping Romka alive a little bit longer there was really helping out as well. And Joshua maybe a little bit too aggressive. Went in a bit too far for my personal liking. But it's everyone's choosing. So let's see if ASP is able to recover, or if they will just be shut down here on Black Gold by endgame. Lineups are now pretty much ready. Endgame here, throwing away those 1-1 phase this time. Also throwing out Karolek here. As we have triple E5, double IS4 and double T22 going with a solid amount of armor. With some backup of DPM, and oh my god, ASP is reacting. Triple T22 mediums, double E5, one IS4. And caught here with a 268. And let's see if they are able to recover, or if T22 spam is gonna be real here in this one. Let's see what happens. Endgame here currently leading 1-0 over ASP with a very good display at the start. And let's see what happens here. A lot of hit point advantage here for endgame. It's nearly 2000. Wincheer with a very interesting camo on his T22 medium. As endgame is doing their usual strategy of covering B whilst taking advantage of A when playing from this spawn. That seems to be their usual strat. Bacon here covering up Joshua. But ASP here is having different plans. They're going straight for C with all of their mediums. And endgame here quickly responding to that, sending 2 into A. Are gonna actually catch up on capping here pretty much immediately as well. ASP then not deciding to cap with 2 but just with 1. Really losing on that advantage they had. And Winch in general here being very aggressive. Got spotted but found some E5s. And the T22s are already rotating. Joshua and Ice-Demir already trading some damage. But ASP is rotating, and that very quickly. Even the 268 here coming right back. We only have the IS4 here in the middle who stood his ground and is gonna hold this. But we also see endgame rotating here. The T22 is getting the hell out of there, as are their E5s. And ASP is gonna take advantage of this. A is gonna be theirs, uncontested. But endgame making their way towards C here. Way to trade cap circles. And Penji here takes a shot from Ice. And takes a second one as well. Quite the hit point loss here for endgame. Basically fully giving away the lead they had at the start. And Winch is now in B. Which, if they can get both of those caps, is gonna give them back the advantage that ASP is currently clinging onto. And Winch here making his way out of there unscathed. As we see some more shots here being traded. General there with the enemy. No damage yet to be taken by either of those two. And Joshua here in a really troublesome situation. Can get shot from multiple angles if he is not aware. But the T-22 here takes another shot. And Endgame here about to surpass them with points. Ramka here needs to be a little bit careful. Has been found out by that T-22 here. But is able to get in cover before anything bad happens. And ASP here now really starting to drop hit points, and Ramka that takes a big one from God. Falling back a little bit too far there. But is now in safety. And Endgame has surpassed ASP in points. And Ice Cream chilling here. Some damage, is now moving forward again. And also Joshua here is making his way forward. ASP here are the ones forced to make a move. And are just rotating once again with their T-22s. Winch here now takes some damage. Everyone on Endgame side is spotted here. But ASP just lost so many hit points. Power Drish here getting absolutely smacked from all sides. This is gonna be the first one to go down here on the side of ASP. And probably in general the first one who will drop. ASP here making their way into B now. But look at the damage that is flying around. 4k lead here now for Endgame. And there's no way that they can change that back. Power Drish finally goes down, giving them enough points to win the game. And this is over. Well played here to both teams. Endgame just playing way better strategically. Taking those caps, taking B as well. And getting that very quickly, in fact. Managed to snag them here. A 2-1 and 2-0 victory against ASP. And let's once again check the Blitz system. Before we do that, I need to quickly set up a hotkey here so that makes lives easier for myself. Actually, and now if I made this correctly, you should see my screen. Yes, we do. Very well. And that's updated, and we have our first couple winners already. We have Vale going through to the next round, beating Mercy. Lost Control and Kraken still playing Loka, beating Corpy. Raid already finished as well, and Ellen getting shot down by Souls, who are gonna be the next opponent of Endgames here, as we follow this tree along. APA and Rati here still playing. Legion and Innovation still playing as well. And currently it seems that all 5 streamers are still in. Me, Rip, Aminet, Fujit, and Wildon's helper. But within these next rounds, some are gonna drop out. In fact, only one will, and that will be between Fujit and Aminet. And let's see when the next game is going to be happening here on screen. As Endgame will play Souls in 20 minutes. We have time for more replays. As we take one from Lucario here. In Uprising. With his Scorpion. Or maybe it's not Lucario. Maybe he renamed himself as well. We don't know. Playing here in Platoon with CX. 2 really good plays. And this match played on the Asian server as well. For those who do not know Feast. For whatever reason that is. You should know them. But yeah, let's just see what happens. Let's sit back and relax. And the Scorpion here very speedy. Making his way into town very quickly. Did not use his ability immediately, I would have. Blocking that shot there from the LTDB with his track. Oh. Unfortunate twist here from the KV4. Also, something I would like to mention. If you have any questions, put them in chat. Of course you need to remember the 5-minute delay. But I am free to answer anything that you guys throw at me. So feel free to do so. So the T49 is gonna pay for this HE. And the Hunter's Mark gives him 1000 damage here. Into the T49. Really good start here for the Scorpion. Already up to 2500 with just 2 shots. Hanging a bit on the stairs here. Guys, 2 there. Not paying attention. Just gonna take a low roll here. 399. And the Scorpion here not playing too aggressively. Definitely playing his cards right. If he waited just a second longer, he could have hit him real good there with a... Oh, it's not... Oh. Another one. Oh! Oh, that is evil. That is very evil. He did it again to the T49. And this time he one-shotted him with an HE Maxwell and a Hunter's Mark. And that VK there getting spinned around. Cuts down that IS-2 and already a 3 life advantage here. Already up to 4k damage around, roundabout. Looking really good so far. For himself, he's already up to 500 elixir. Or let's just say points, because it's quicker. There's the T49 again. And he takes yet another 1000 damage. And we see him take Chain Lightning 2 and Jagged Shells 1. No need for Wolf Strike on a Scorpion, as you have no intention of playing to ram. And let's see what he can do. The T49 already completely out of the game, getting deleted 3 times here by the Scorpion on Nube. Oh. Did not risk his Hunter's Mark here, as that shot did not penetrate. It was definitely a wise decision. Smasher here spotted as the IS-2. And we're actually down on lives now. At the start leading with 3, we are now behind with 3. And I see a one-shot incoming, but he's not yet decided to use his Hunter's Mark as the type. Just rewinded it. Oh, and that VK there doing a lot of damage with that one shot. Guys, to getting deleted as well. Putting some lightning on that Smasher. And he uses his Hunter's Mark here in favor of his teammate. Who was able to shut down that guy with one shot. Oh, he needs to be careful here. Now has the attention of the enemies. And he put a shot in. Ooh, he got baited by that LTDB. And we are currently just holding here. Hunter's Mark is back to be used. We are again on 400 points. So it would not be bad if we were to die here. And there is the one shot. With the Hunter's Mark onto the IS-2, finishing off his last life. Ah, you renamed yourself. I didn't know that. Look, sorry. Oh, and that's Masher out for blood. Only doing 400, even though he has jacked shells too. Really fortunate here for the Scorpion. A little bit too much lead on that LTB, denying that damaging shot. And if there was a time to die, it would be about now, as if you die, or when you die, you get 100 points. And you only need 700 to obtain all 3 abilities. So I know you want to stay alive as long as you can and not waste your lives. But you also need to consider using the points you have. And as it's already 11 to 6, there's not much of a turnaround for the enemies left. And a big shot there, one-shotting that type in the Smasher here. Missed his shot. Ow, that Inferno really hit hard from that Tiger there. Hitting that AMX and splashing onto the Scorpion. And gets finished off by Chain Lightning here, gets Inferno. Supernatural. I would just go for Wolf Strike, just in case something would decide to ram myself, as it's your last life anyway. But this is a pretty good result here. No rapid fire, but your damage output is pretty much maxed out here, excluding jacked shells too. And let's see if he can hunt for some more damage here. 5 lives left on the enemy team. One of their players still has 2 lives left. But that type is not one of them. And as Lucario used his mark on the Tiger, he was not able to one-shot that type, which was able to reset, giving Lucario another 900 shot into the type. And he gets shut down here for his last life. 2 left. 1 on the Tiger, 1 on the KV4, who was just respawned. Both of these heavy tanks with Inferno, and Inferno is based on your hit points. So that is a really good outcome for them. Can he one-shot that KV4? Nope, he does 1600 though. Onto the KV4, staying alive thanks to Last Gasp. And can he rush to get that kill? He does. 1000 points, 1600 damage. 8 kills for himself, 6 for his platoon mate, I believe. Yes. And look at that result. That is a juicy amount of credits. Well done there to Lucario. Really good result. And yeah, really well played there. Let's check some of his damage and shots. He did 2000 in total to the KV4. Like lightning and stuff doesn't count in here, but he only did 1.6. 2000 to the Smasher, 1000 to that, 3000 to that 49, killing him twice. The IS-2 took 2400 as well, the Tiger 1.3, and the Type 4.6k. Nice result here for Lucario. And the question is, can we squeeze in another replay? When did it start again? Let's actually just check which of the other teams managed to pull off the victory. Let me just check that. It is Lost Control moving through, Legion moving through as well, and APA got their victory. So these are our top 8 of today. Veil, Lost Control, Loka, Legion, APA Raid, Souls, and Endgame. Nice. And let's just check when the games are happening so that I do not miss a battle. We have 8 minutes left. Make sure that is correct. The game started at 4, 5, yes. Alright, I have one quick one then here from Ripper. Fitting, as he is part of Endgame. In a 1-1-3 here on Castilla. Taking advantage of the extra ammunition the 1-1-3 now has. And let's see what he can do with it. He here not using gun rammer, actually, using calibrated shells instead. Interesting choice. Let's see what he can do with it. As he's making his way to A, we have a regular game here, no uprising. Also, if you want to send in your replays to have them shown on the stream, feel free to leave them on my Discord server in the channel to replays. No enemy spotted just yet. And there we go. Now getting 3 spotted simultaneously as we speak. Oh, that was not a good result for the 62 Anus team. Getting shot down really hard. Still alive, but just barely at this point. And really aggressive here from Ripper. We don't know where the TDs are, so this is a very risky play indeed. As he is setting up a side scrape here to cover on B. Polar shot there with APCR. Really good shot on that guy. 2 Campbellists in front of him. No need to worry about it. He's side scraping this well. 3rd guy appearing as well. Not using his repair kits just yet. And look at those side scraping maneuvers. Already blocked 1500. Really well played here by Ripper. This could be staying on full HP to staying on 800 hit points. What you do is up to you. And he did the right job. Stayed in position. He did not like, how do you say, get scared. Nice Amarok there as well, aiming for the Amarok, I think. At least I believe that he knows where the Amarok is located. As he just aimed for it really nicely. Not needing to shoot another time. Nice max roll there on the Ice 8, already up to 3.7k damage. On full HP. Stays that way as well. Now blocked 2000 here. Now he's being very aggressive, but he can be as well. The reload on the 113 quicker than on the IS-8, even if they have the same alpha damage. As he blocks yet another shot here with a strike. And now on the back of that E75 to farm some more, puts a max roll into him as well. And the bad shit here puts the first bit of damage into him. And he actually misses the first shot of the game here. And blocks the remaining 2 shells from the bad shot. It's a nice snapshot into him. And he knows about the Yak Panzer. And he put a shot in track shot. Nope. There's the track shot. Can you do it? Yes, you can, of course. Already up to 6.6k damage. Blocked 3000 as well. He would have been dead if not for his really good art in side scraping. And it is important, especially for heavy tanks. Nice heat there. The first that he used this entire game. Second here into the superstructure, picking up that Yak Panzer. Up to 7.3k damage. 3 kills, and I don't think he'll have enough time to get to that E75. But let's see him try anyway. Tier 3 here. Has one shell left, he can't pick up that kill. Missed the shot though, so it's Ripper to make the kill shot. 7.6k, gets the 4th kill as well. GG. And see ya, Lucario. Have a good night. Well played here to Ripper as well. 1.8k base experience. Showing off with those anglings here. 9 shots. And only one of them penetrated. Well played here from Ripper. As we are now watching Souls. This is endgame. And just to make sure again to show you who is streaming which games. We have Wild One's Helper following Veil, Vessel Lost Control, Amunet and Fujit focusing on Loka and Legion. We have Rip streaming in German for Raid, and us following Endgame and Souls. So we're gonna have 2 meetup here and 2 meetup here. The first one is gonna drop out here. It'll be interesting to see what happens between both teams. Alright, I am really looking forward to this matchup right here. Devil Frontier, let's check. Nope, let's not do it this way. Well, whatever, we have to do it this way then. Let's check what is the tie-breaking map. It is Dynasty's Pearl, which is an interesting map to play on. You see a lot of Germans on that in terms of the tank picks. So I kind of wanted to go to Tiebreaker just for that. But let's see what happens here. As we have Souls. This is endgame. Still moving around players here. But the lineup seems to be pretty much decided on here for the most part on both sides. And Souls here, the first one to be ready, with 1 Snickers, double E5, triple Eyes 4, and 1 single 50B, which is an interesting pick. Something I do see a bit more occasionally, though I myself prefer to go with double 50B if you decide to take one. But let's see if he will be worth it or not. From here for here and endgame. With double T22 winch in a mouse, 1 Eyes 4 here, 1 Snickers from General, and double E5. Giving pretty similar lineups here, to some degree. Both teams going with some armor, some DPM, and some ability. And let's see which team will come out on top here on our first match on Devil Frontier. Souls versus Endgame. Let's see what happens. I am excited. Both teams, of course, are very good. It's all up to strategy and individual skills to make up for whoever will end up winning here. And an interesting HP lead here for Souls of over 1,000. Even though Endgame is using that mouse, taking a Vickers and 2 medium really hits you on your hit point pool. And let's see if those T22 mediums are able to make up for that with the help of the DPM. or if they're gonna get shut down by the heavy barrage that is Souls here, sending both E5s with speed boost through the middle here. The Vic is not even anywhere close, so the blind shots of the E5s a bit unnecessary, but he got 3 spots out of it, seeing all IS4s. If they're in a very interesting location, but generally here quick to retreat, but gets spotted as well. Winch here making his way to B. We have the heavy tanks in C. So endgame here with the quicker camp lead, and Winch in B being really interesting. Wonderkind here already around though. He's gonna put a shot into Winch here. And also Wiener there taking some damage. But Winch there in a lot of trouble. Taking shots from all angles here. Even Hefer dumping a shot into him. But Solzy is dropping quite a bit of hit points now on all of their tanks. Even Ganger here now losing some. And Cross puts in another shot, but Winch finally able to cap B, and he is the cap lead that they wanted. And that push from the T-22s here onto Internet with his Vickers is gonna be really crucial, depending on how quick they can clear him or how quick Souls is able to react to this. But they have a 50B behind, though he has to make his way out of there, and he realizes this. And Winch actually able to get out of there alive, still kicking around. Hit point lead here now for endgame of over 1,000, with a tank lead as well. Romka takes a huge amount of damage there, but Wonderkind here getting focused by those heavy tanks, and Bacon here finishing him off as well. 3 tanks now onto Cross here. He's not gonna last for long, but he has fire support from those E5s on the middle. And they will bleed quite a bit of damage here to pick up this kill. But endgame has a really good camp lead now. Romka there dropping to Hefer. And Cross here down to a 1-shot. Bacon here not able to pick up the kill. Might die to Cross, but he low rolls. Slash does not roll high enough and gets picked up here. And Ice Cream chillin', deciding against fighting 2 E5s on himself, is helping on Gengar here. And this kill will pretty much secure the victory. Bacon drops though, so it's gonna take a little moment longer. As Hefer here overcommitting to get Joshua. But the points are up. Sultan falls to Winch, who is still alive at the end of the game with his mouse. And GG here to endgame, picking up the first victory and taking their 1-0 lead. Really important here, especially on these high level gameplays, in the way of that every little bit counts, and even a lead like this really does help. And Souls here now changing up their lineup. Endgame with an interesting pick here, Joshua and an E6. That is a very interesting choice that I need an answer for, which I will not get for sure. The rest of the lineup here for endgame staying the same, other than the E6 replacing what I believe to be an IS4 or an E5. And Souls here has changed up to 1 Snickers, triple IS4, double E5, and Hefer here now in a 268 instead of a 50B. We have 20 seconds left on the clock here. Souls need to be winning this, if not, then endgame is gonna take home this best of 3, meaning 2 victories. And that, in the end, meaning that endgame here is currently on match point. And let's see if Winch once again can take a beating at Life, or if Souls is finally able to take him down. As we again have a hit point disadvantage here with those T22 mediums. And the E6 here from Joshua. Internet here going quick to the middle, and so is General. And let's maybe move to an AFK Penji. Joshua here going very quickly towards C in his E6. He's gonna cap this as well. Benji here now back on track. Has to catch up with the speed boost now. And Winch here making his way forward through that tray here. That is pretty well blocked off by rocks. So once you're in there, you gotta fight your way out of it. E5's here up top, spotted from Souls. Take on counter spotting that. And even Ganga spotted by General. That is a really important and valuable spot as well. As Joshua here is looking for the next one. And General here actually takes a shot of damage. Crossing over. Cross the one to deliver that. You're gonna try to cap here, but Hefa might have a word against that. Oh. Yeah, and he takes a big one. Takes another one from Internet as well. And has to fall back here. Really good pickup from Souls. Giving them an even bigger hit point lead. And so far, this is looking good for Souls. They have stayed their ground. They do not have a cap. That is the only lead. Oh, and Winch is burning. Winch, what are you doing? Oh, his game is crashing. And this is not looking good for endgame here. Winch there, crashing mid-game. Gets set on fire as well. Big, crucial, and unfortunate moment there for endgame. As these game crashes are happening more and more regularly. Even I encountering them today. And Ganga here now is gonna take B uncontested. A has been capped as well. Without any difficulties. And Winch here. I believe it is my fault to curse you. I want to apologize. Let's get back on track. Wonderkind here dropping some hit points now. Endgame of course have not given up just yet. Though it is certainly not looking good. Being down by now what is nearly 5,000 hit points. An entire tier 10 heavy tank as well. But Ice Cream chilling here. He's looking at that A cap and he wants it. But he sees Hefa. And now Hefa sees him as well. Because Internet has done the spotting. And he's just barely managing to avoid taking that 268. And Souls here playing this carefully. No need to be overly aggressive. And Karomka there having some issues as well. And a good pickup here. Joshua seeing Ganger. Putting a good shot into his back. But the points are now ticking against endgame here. Who are trying to make a move. But whatever they do, they will be shut down here. Joshua trying to make a run for B. And Ice Cream chilling here. There to back him up. But Joshua has 3 angles to worry about. And he can only cover 2 at maximum. And he is gonna drop here. 6,000 HP difference now. Joshua goes down. Souls on 2 caps, 2 tank lead. Hit points absolutely in their favor, shutting down Ice Cream. And this game goes to Souls. And an unfortunate turn of events here. Especially for Winch, which I did curse at the start of the game. Apologies were made. And Souls now bringing it to Tiebreaker. As we move to the next map here. Winch here. Pretty sure mad about the disconnect that he had to encounter. Let's hope it's not gonna discourage them from the next match. Bit unfortunate there. Let's see. We have interesting tanks here. Both teams taking a Badger? Seems to have just been developed recently. Both teams have one. Both teams running one mouse and in-game here with an extra E100, double 113, E5 and an IS4. And Souls here with... How many is that? Quintuple IS4s to back up mouse and Badger. So that is a yikes moment right there. But let's see what happens here. As we have IS4 spam versus DPM heavy tank spam. Souls versus Endgame, it's 1-1. On Dynasty's ball, both teams taking a mouse and a Badger. Endgame choosing to take an E100. And Endgame visibly salty about that game crash. Souls here fully going to the park area. Whilst Endgame here is committing more towards the city. With Karolek and Sultan here, the Badger players. And Winch and Heifer, the mouse players. Romka here. Just barely avoiding taking damage from Heifer. Joshua here just waiting for his opportunity with the E100. Wonderkind gonna make his way into C here. As Panji is already in A. And we're gonna have a little bit of a cap lead here from Endgame. With that second 113 in the cap as well. And Karolek here, the first one to take damage. From a cross shot. A good recovery here from Endgame, putting into... And Joshua here. Negatively trading with Sultan. And Winch here already being attacked. Has now 3 IS4s in front of him. And has to hold them off as long as he can. He has now Joshua behind. So if they do end up overcommitting, it's not going to be a good result. Wiener here taking a sneaky approach. And Souls here is very aggressive. Look at this. 4 tanks here in the middle going ham. 1 going around and 2 holding of Winch here. And Sultan in the Badger taking quite a bit of damage. But so is Karolek. And Endgame here quite a bit behind in hit points now. But they are making the counter push with the E5, with the IS4. But Wiener there from the side, totally unexpected from Endgame. As Ice Cream chilling here, running into 3 tanks straight. Has to fall back here, Romka has to help out as well. Heifer and Wonderkind are super low. Ice Cream chilling here drops, hit points can still be turned around. 5 tanks here, currently focused on 2. Endgame needs to push the other side, and that quickly, if they want to come out of this game positively here. Romka focusing on Sultan. Heffa drops down to Joshua. Winch here is gonna fall to Cross. And Romka here needs to make the best of this, puts in another shot into the Badger. And whilst that happening, internet here finally going down. Karolek here now able to turn around with the Badger. Hit points are not looking good for endgame. 2000 here behind. We have a 5-on-4 here as well, and Karolek losing hit points. Ross here having quite a lot as well. What's a good one into Joshua though? A bit overcommitting here with his Z100, but he picks up the Badger, but falls for it. Not sure if that trade was worth it. Bacon here pushing onto Wonderkind, and so is Benji. They want to get the guns out, and they need to do it now. Gengar here still very healthy looking. He needs to get the kill shot, and he does. But so the Badger falls. It's a 2-on-2 at 1-on-3. And endgame here ends up dropping out. And Souls picks up the victory here. And that is pretty much it for us, I believe. As we are now out of the commentary with endgame here dropping out early. And we have Legion being out as well. A minute here. Their way is over. Lost Control out as well, meaning Wild Ones Help Us Reign is over as well. Only 2 streamers remaining. Raid here with Rib and Loka with Fujit are left. And what an interesting turn of events here. That is quite an interesting result to have happened here. And that is pretty much it for this tournament, I believe. As we don't get to follow the future matches from what I am aware of. Oh, no. Next game is happening in 13 minutes. Really interesting turn of events here. Bit unfortunate as well. Bit discouraging, to say the least. As endgame there. Definitely gonna throw some words of wargaming there on their server. And interesting seeing Legion out as well. Loka, of course. Definitely capable of doing that. So my advice now for you is to go and watch either Rip stream in German for Raid, or go over to Fujit and check out his stream as well, as he's following Loka. Last 2 streamers in. But I'm still a bit shocked, if I'm honest, as these results were not as I expected them to be. But let's have a look at how the actual battles turned out. Loka versus Legion here ended in a tiebreaker. Raid against APA was tiebreaker. Veil versus Lost Control was tiebreaker. And also Souls versus Endgame was tiebreaker. So we had 4 tie-breaking matches here. in the quarterfinals already. Shows how high level this is. But game crashes and stuff like that really do end up throwing off the balance. And I'm a bit... I don't really find a fitting word, but it's just unfortunate the way this happened. I'm honestly sorry for Endgame. I would have loved to see more matches. Of course, both teams played well. I do not want to take this away from Souls. This is the next one that we're gonna be streaming. It has a group stage, I think, and the final stage, right? Yep. Though it's always only the final stage that will be streamed, in case anyone was wondering. And the next match, therefore, is on... When actually is the next stream? I think it's on Sunday. So on the 6th. And I'm just gonna be waiting now. I just want to see if we maybe do get an invite for a further stage. But I do not expect it to be the case. So if you already want to hop over, feel free to do so. I'm just gonna be hanging out here, rambling around a bit. But as we saw with Winch happening, game crashes randomly happening mid-game are a thing. I had that as well earlier. I had a birthday on my Hellcat. I can't scroll that far. But I crashed mid-game, got back into it thanks to the new PC. This really does help. And it ended up not showing even up here. Like, I didn't get any game results. I don't know if I got a replay. No, I didn't even get my replay for it, as I was playing my Hellcat for the birthday. I even got a screenshot for it. My game just crashed just mid-game, which is nice. So yeah, so, as I said, unfortunate. What are we supposed to do, right? But they've been happening since this update. I don't think it happened before. I've also seen others, even from my community, complain about it. I don't want to show a replay. I want to really see if I maybe do get an invite within the next 2 minutes. Just to check if we are now like totally out. Or, well, we maybe do see the elements. Though I doubt it. Whoopsie had the same? Ah, goddamn. That is just awful. I mean, I see him typing on the wargaming server. So he might be talking about that right now. It's just a big rip at this point, isn't it? Don't worry, David, it's fine. Oopsie's writing a long article right now. Let's see. Nope. I do not think we get an invite. Let's check when the games actually start. 35:95, so give it a couple more seconds. That's just a rip. Oh, heck. Yep, and it seems that we are not gonna be continuing any further. So, alright. Okay, Whoopsie had... You know what? I'm just gonna read out for you what he said, right? Why the hell not? And let's end it afterward. He tagged Rexy saying, exactly as I told you, today versus one of the strongest EU teams currently. My game crashed 2 times during a push. Replay due to this bug haven't been saved. I have 1 out of 3 recorded, but on stream it's clearly visible. You probably... There you go. Crash and be useless for 45 minutes. Out of 3 quarterfinal games, I crashed in 2 and we were 6v7. I do not think that the current game issue represent the tournament policy of wargaming of fair play, and rather turns it into roulette of who crashed and who doesn't. And I'm pretty sure you have to do something with this issue, because otherwise the entire competitive part of this game turns irrelevant for the entire update, which the developer is never able to release without bugs. And Edgar seems to also have crashed on the side of Loka, which also had this issue, so it's been 3 teams now. This is just awkward, really bad. It's just unfortunate at the end, isn't it? Well, that's it from me for today, boys. I hope you enjoyed this rather short stream nonetheless. I had a lot of fun, even though we had to end early. Hope you enjoyed my commentary nonetheless. Hope, and as we saw, no issues with lag anymore, so it's all about how bad my commentary is. But rather than that, I hope you enjoyed it. Feedback is always appreciated, of course, in-game comments or on Discord. With that said, I hope you enjoyed it, and see you all again next time. Bye bye.